be quite honest with you, at this point, I just feel like we should move to the Western Cape. My day has been made by Volvo. Hi guys, I'm Bongani. Welcome back to SANTEFIRE Motoring, and today we are in the sunny vineyards of Stellenbosch, where we are joining Volvo South Africa for the launch of the all-new, all-electric flagship SUV, the EX90. It sits alongside its brother, the plug-in hybrid, the XC90, but this is sold as a more premium offering, considering the fact that it's all-electric. It's going to be a bit more comfortable, a bit more quiet, and the price is definitely indicative of that. With that said, it has a retail price of 2.65 million rand, which is eye-watering. I'm not going to lie to you, that is a lot of money to be spending on a car. But the good news is it comes with an entire host of safety, comfort, and practical features that should justify the price just a bit. And I mean, if you know Volvo fans, they definitely are a loyal client base. With that said, you get a 111 kilowatt hour battery that gives you up to 610 kilometers of range, 380 kilowatts of power, as well as 910 Newton meters of torque. The interior has been given a very subtle redefine or a subtle nudge to make it a little bit nicer with recycled materials. It definitely has that clean Nordic Scandinavian feel to it, and I think if you've loved the previous generation, you're going to appreciate this one just as much. I want to show you what the car looks like outside and in, as well as some of the cool features that it comes with. If you haven't subscribed already, please do me a favor, just subscribe. We're begging you. We came to the Western Cape to ask you to subscribe. With that said, get comfortable, guys. Hopefully this is going to be a lovely video. Cool. So I don't have too much time with this car, but there are a few cool features that I do want to run you through. We're in Stellenbosch. They've just launched the all-new Volvo EX90. It promises to be their flagship all-electric premium SUV offering and sits alongside the Volvo EX90, which we've all come to know and love. So, quick view of the exterior. Notice that you no longer have a grille because, well, there is no engine. You don't need grills. The space that was used to occupy the engine now houses a frunk. You can store your charging cables in there, as well as your emergency triangle and things of that nature. I love what they did with the Volvo badge there. It looks very clean, and overall, the front end has been smoothed out because it is an EV and drag coefficiency matters a whole lot more in these type of cars. Here, have a look at these lights. They have Volvo's signature Thor hammer, but they do have a party piece, and we'll overlay that over the video right now. So these are your daytime running lights, and what happens is if you want to show the high beams, these sort of have a mechanism behind them that opens up, then you get to see the high beams over there, and then when you're not using them, it closes down, which looks really nice and neat. Come over to the sides over here, and like I said, we'll overlay a lot of this information. You do get 22-inch alloys and this beautiful tan color over here. You get 10 colors as standard, and it has an all-inclusive price of 2.65 million rand. Come around, I want to show you quickly on the interior. Have a look at this. You do get flush door handles, and if you have a look at the interior, you'll notice that you now get wood trimming along the dash as well as the door. You get some haptic feedback buttons, as well as a 14.5-inch screen, as well as this very tiny screen for your driver information. A lot of the materials used in this car is recycled, which speaks to Volvo's beliefs on sustainability. And if you move over to the back seats, you'll note that you do get 3 extra seats here. You do get a 7-seater configuration, and the slit in the middle seat over here is used as a booster seat, and that comes up over here, and that's where you can keep your kids or your short friends. I kid. Moving over to the back, you get a completely new taillight design. Sea lights over here, these come up as well, and then a very lovely rear fascia from Volvo. I like the way it looks. The twin performance engine has a 111 kilowatt hour battery, 380 Newton meters of torque, 380 kilowatts, as well as 910 Newton meters of torque. It promises a 610 kilometer range. Can't wait to drive it. Thanks. So this is a bit unorthodox considering the fact that we haven't had the car for too long. To be quite honest with you, we haven't driven it as yet. There are at least 60 car content creators over here, so we have to be patient. But there are a few things that I do want to speak about, and namely the first impressions that I have of the car. Number one, it is quite expensive. 2.65 million rand is a lot of money to be spending on a car, but you know, Volvo prides itself in being the safest car manufacturer in the entire industry, and the EX90 promises to be the safest car that Volvo makes. So what they are effectively selling you over and above all the tech features and the luxury styling and the sustainability is peace of mind. We viewed an ad that they showed us, and effectively it was just speaking to the fact that this is as safe as it can get. And you know, it's the kind of car that you pick up when you're looking out for your kids' best interest and ultimately yourself and generations to come. With that said, I like the way it looks. It has very similar styling to the EX90. They haven't done too much with the design, unlike what BMW have done with the iX or Mercedes with the EQE SUV. So ultimately, Volvo design language remains intact in this case, and we appreciate it because it is a good looking car. You get an entire host of safety features. It's the only car, Volvo is actually the only manufacturer to produce LiDAR cars across the entire range. You see it in the EX30 as well. Over and above the LiDAR sensor, you do have a bunch of other sensors, 8 megapixel cameras in the front and the rear, so that you can get a comprehensive view of what's happening with your car. There's some violin music playing in the background, and Stellenbosch is just a lovely place to be. I really appreciate that they brought us into this. Another thing you should note is that they do use recycled materials inside the car as well, and that just speaks to their sustainability elements. We appreciate the fact that Volvo cares about the world, and they're trying to make sure that, you know, they're not leaving as big as a carbon footprint. And you see that in their transition from fully internal combustion engines to plug-in hybrids and now all electric cars. 2.8 million rand, I mean, you are looking at, you know, quite a lot of money. 2.6 million rand, actually, I stand to be corrected. You are looking at quite a lot of money. But I appreciate the fact that Volvo owners are quite loyal to the brand, and I don't think it'll be a difficult upsell for them. Depreciation might be a problem though, considering the fact that what we've seen in the market, a lot of these cars take a knock after the first owner sells them. So I'm interested to see how the market feels about second-hand EX90s, but only time will tell. In the meantime, I'm quite impressed with the package that they've offered us. It is a very lovely place to be. It's a comfortable interior. You get an incredible Bang & Olufsen sound system. It's a shame that we can't translate this over camera, but so far so good, and I can't wait to experience it. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks.
Very nicely. Now, these lights have actually been upgraded from what we know on the EX30, so you guys will actually get to see and interact with them. Together with the rear tail lights, it's actually a very nice sequence.
So we've been here approximately, what, 3-4 hours, and the sun is beginning to set, and that's why I'm wearing my shades at the moment. But that's not the point of what it is we're discussing today. We are in the vineyards of Stellenbosch looking at the all-new, all-electric flagship SUV that Volvo has decided to come out with. It's called the Volvo EX90, and next to me is product manager from Volvo. He gave us all the details that there is to know about the car that you should be seeing on your roads soon enough. I have a few questions for him. If you guys have more questions, leave them in the comment section. Hopefully we can answer them for you. Vusi, how are you, brother?
Good as it, bro.
Can't complain, right?
Nice to meet you, man.
So I want to know, and this might be a bit of a difficult question, so answer it as freely as you would like to, right? Okay. So the Volvo EX90 is priced at
650.
Yeah, which is quite steep, you know? It's a lot of money considering the market that we're in at the moment. But one thing that you said that struck my attention, and I quite appreciated, was that you said that 2.65 million rand is all inclusive.
Correct.
I say this because your competition is actually offering some of the features that you bring all-inclusive as part of a subscription model. How has Volvo been able to give us such a comprehensive package with one price that you pay just at the very beginning, and that's that, without resorting to the subscription model that your competition has?
That's a good question. So at Volvo Cars, obviously, we believe in safety, safety first. And some of the features that you find on the EX90 are actually all new safety features that come with the Volvo safety suite, right? So a subscription model, while it works with, well, rather for some other OEMs and while it works in other countries, it's not something that has been proven to be successful locally, one, right? So with us at Volvo, what we wanted to do was we wanted to offer the South African customer the full-on Volvo experience right from the onset. So you get the latest and the greatest and the best technology that Volvo has to offer, and you pay for that once. And one thing that's nice about our cars is that we keep on making them better every time with over-the-air updates. So system like the LiDAR system that's in the vehicle, it will keep on getting better over time, right? So features like the bi-directional charging, that the hardware is already in the car. It'll just keep on getting better with software updates in the future. You don't need a subscription for that. Features like your autonomous drive. The car actually has hardware for autonomous driving. It's ready, right? It's already built in the vehicle.
But I'm assuming regulations don't allow for that to happen.
So as you know, in some other states in the US, it's still also not allowed. Some other competitors can't actually activate it there. But the point is, we want to give our customers the full-on Volvo experience right from the onset. You pay for it once, you're done, you get it. And as you know, the different upholsteries, the rooms in the car actually are a no-cost option.
Oh wow!
So
I wasn't aware of that.
The 2.650 is the car. It's everything all inclusive. You get a wall box charger with the car. You get data for a couple of years, and you get free public charging as well for a couple of years.
Unlike some manufacturers where if you don't pay a subscription, they take away your heat seating, which is ridiculous, to be quite honest with you. Awesome. Thank you for that, brother. And then I have a second question for you, right?
Yes.
I find it quite interesting that Volvo has decided to introduce an entirely electric EX90. From my understanding, it sits alongside the XC90, right? Which definitely has an offering with some electric capabilities, it being a plug-in hybrid.
Yes.
Why has Volvo decided to double down on a fully electric car instead of refining and sort of updating the partially electric plug-in hybrid for the South African market? I would assume that our electrical infrastructure might not be the best place to launch such a car.
It's actually a very interesting question, and true to some extent, in that when you look at the current infrastructure landscape in South Africa, it still lags a bit behind compared to our global counterparts, and some of the challenges that we have with load shedding and so forth might deter people from going to electric vehicles. But also, Volvo has a business strategy and a vision to become fully electric by 2030, fully electrified, meaning that we will have electric cars and plug-in hybrids running side by side.
Oh, wow.
Right. So for the XC90 that you mentioned, we actually had a facelift recently, and we will bring it to South Africa, the plug-in hybrid. The plug-in hybrids for us, especially in South Africa, are important because they form a bridge into electrification.
100%.
Right? So the customer that's not fully on into EVs will still have the option to buy a plug-in hybrid. They will get close to 100 kilometers worth of electric range, and when that range is finished, they still have the backup power, or rather the backup fuel tank to actually continue their journey, right? So for us, we will keep on having the XC90 plug-in hybrid because it's very important. We don't want to leave customers that want to buy into the Volvo ecosystem but don't want to fully go electric. And for the customers that actually want to fully go electric, they have the option of the EX90 with all the new safety features and the LiDAR and so forth that I've mentioned earlier in my presentation.
So regardless of who you are and what your taste is, you're taken care of at Volvo.
You are taken care of. The XC90 plug-in hybrid is a 7-seater. The EX90 is a 7-seater. Right. You have the full Volvo safety sense or safety suite in the XC90. You have the latest one in the EX90. So no one is left behind. But I would love for them to buy an EX90 actually. You know, go fully electric. I mean, you have 111 kilowatt-hour battery.
And listen, it goes for 2.65 million. If you give me a 2.64 million discount, I'll buy one.
If I give it 2.64 million, how about this? You buy a wall box for 2.64, I'll throw in an EX90 for free.
Look at this. Hey, I'm happy with that. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it, brother.
Thanks, Jens. Thank you so much.